everybody, welcome to another episode of Bronson Rants, and what I want to talk about for this week and the next 3 weeks is E3. E3 is exactly a month away as of posting this video, and I want to do a series where I talk about what each company, the big three, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, need to do to, quote, win E3. And today I figure I will start with Nintendo. Nintendo last year had a very strong E3 presentation. They arguably had the best. A lot of people were saying that. I came out saying that they were tied for second for me, but everyone has a different opinion. But what Nintendo needs to do to win E3 this year is kind of follow up on what they did last year. They need to have a fun, quick presentation where they don't talk about sales or any of that stuff. They need to do their Nintendo Direct and talk about big first-party titles. Show off the new Zelda that's coming out this year. Show off Star Fox, which is supposedly coming out this year. Show off Yoshi's Woolly World. Mario Maker. We saw a little bit of Mario Maker last year. Haven't seen much since. We've seen one Megaten versus Fire Emblem trailer. Not anything else. Is that coming out this year? Is it coming out next year? And show some other first parties. I think that showing a new F-Zero could be cool. I think just one other big first party Nintendo name to say, hey, we have something in 2015 beyond Yoshi and Star Fox. Next, I think, is third party games. Doesn't have to be a ton of third party support, just something. Last year we had Bayonetta, the year before that, Wonderful 101 and Rayman. Just a game or two. Show off Fatal Frame. Show off all those weird, kind of cool horror games that are finally being brought to the States. If you were to come out and say, hey, Fatal Frame is coming to America, and it's coming out the end of this year, the holiday season, out the week before Halloween, people would lose their fucking minds. People have been dying for a new Fatal Frame. The Wii U gamepad is perfect for a camera. It'd also be good for another Pokemon Snap, but we all know you're not going to do that, right, Nintendo? You wouldn't bring back Pokemon Snap after everyone begged you for it for 15 years. Then again, you brought back Punch-Out after nearly 20, so what the hell do I know? Another thing is indie titles. Last year, a big hit that was a Wii U exclusive up until the past month was Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight was one of the best games of last year. It was a great game. It was exclusive to the Wii U and 3DS. Nintendo, a lot of indie developers emulate your old games. They emulate your old games, your old play style, a lot of your old stuff. So why don't you go and say, hey, we know you guys are a big fan of our stuff. We want you on our platform first or on our platform only. They wouldn't be that expensive to buy. They're cheap to produce, and you could get some kick-ass games. This has happened with a couple of indies. Shovel Knight, World of Goo. I believe Cave Story might have been a 3DS exclusive for a while there, or DS exclusive. Get those big indie hits. Things that make sense, and promote them. Shovel Knight didn't get any promotion unless you were a hardcore Nintendo fan. I think if I were to plan their press conference, this is what I do. You gotta open with Star Fox. You gotta open with Star Fox, finally show off what's going on with Star Fox, and then you do a series of quick hits like last year. See what's going on with Xenoblade. See what's going on with Fire Emblem Cross Megaten. See what's going on with Yoshi's Woolly World and Mario Maker. Maybe throw in some indie games or a third-party title here and there. And then, of course, you have to close with Zelda. Everyone's curious about that new Zelda game. It was pushed to 2016. It's this... some people are expecting it's going to be like Skyrim Zelda. Wow. Some people are expecting, no, it's going to be like Zelda, but it's going to be like a 3D version of A Link Between Worlds or old classic Zelda. Clarify. Go out and show us something besides... last year you showed us that, action cut trailer. We're see that mountain? You can go there. And then you showed us how big the map was at the end of the year during whatever the VGA replacement was. But we haven't seen anything from Zelda other than those two things. Even another sizzle reel cut or one dungeon would just put people's minds at ease about that game. Honestly, the Nintendo game that I think has the most potential to be awesome is Mario Maker. Because that is the video game equivalent of getting a home movie camera or getting a or a webcam nowadays with your phone and be able to make, you know, my first levels. And it could be a tool to get, you know, would-be little kids going to their parents and researching about game design and becoming the next generation of designers. Plus, Mario's always been the best at 2D platforming, period. Mario is the 2D platformer franchise, and having really smart people out there out in the world making levels has a lot of potential to be cool. Yes, I realize Sturgeon's Law is probably going to beat that game with a stick. 90% of everything is crap, but those 10% of levels that are made really cool are going to be awesome. I mean, look what people did with Little Big Planet. Like, within a week of Little Big Planet being out, people like made working pianos and calculators and a really awesome Dead Space level. Like, that kind of stuff is really intriguing to me. What Nintendo can't do. And also restock amiibos. Like, that should be a no-brainer. Finally, they also need to show some... Before I get to the cans, they also need to show new 3DS games. I bought a new 3DS. I love the new 3DS. A lot of people did. Give us titles that are exclusive for it or optimized for it. Like, oh, we got a new Mario or a new Animal Crossing or, you know, new Zelda coming out on the new 3DS and the old DS. But if you want to look better and run better and have some special cool features, play it on the new 3DS. As for Nintendo don'ts, they can't come out and say, we're ditching the Wii U, we're announcing a new console, or show nothing new for the Wii U. If they do, they're done. That instantly kills their any chance at being the press darling like they were last year. I feel like they can't come out and say, hey, we're doing another new Amiibo set before restocking the old one. Especially because Japan is getting a bunch of sets that, you know, are getting reprints of a bunch of stuff we want reprints of here. I feel they can, and I feel they do have to promote the new 3DS while backing the old 3DS, similar to how they did with the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy back in the day. Anyway, that's what Nintendo needs to do. I'll be back next week with Microsoft or Sony, and then after that I'll have whoever didn't get done there, and I'll be finishing with my big predictions and things of that nature. So the week after E3 happens, you can listen to that and be like, God, Bronson, you're a fucking idiot. Anyway, see you next week.
Access granted.